day to all our subscribers of the Dope Show, to the superwoman of the travel industry. Joining us today on the Superwoman of Travel, we have with us someone who has had quite a colorful career, starting her journey in Coorg. In 1991, our guest set and ran several different businesses over years. She has worked on many social welfare projects and organizations over the last 20 years, including the Madikeri City Municipal Corporation, the Kodagu District Child Welfare, Makila Bank, and Bharat Seva Dal. Having conducted several talks among women self-help groups, schools, colleges, and other organizations about the importance of waste segregation and sustainable disposables, our guest has also been part of the Green City Forums conducted since 2015. Please welcome Ms. Monty Ganesh, owner of Ambika Homestay, Coorg. Welcome, Ms. Monty. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, ma'am.
So how are you feeling today? I heard Coorg has beautiful weather. That's what I heard.
Yeah, rainy stopped and now little bit sunny and
Yes.
Very clear weather. So It's nice to back from rainy season.
Tell us a little about your past and your journey in the hospitality industry so far.
Yeah, what I studied, I am a trained nurse. From the childhood, I wanted to become a nurse because of the Florence Nightingale lesson in my school. So I wanted to join nursing. Then I did my nursing in KR Hospital, Mysore. After that, I worked in St. Philomena's, Nimhans in Bangalore. Then after that, I joined government hospital because I was supposed to do the bond. But 2 years only, I left my job. I applied to leave and walked away because I did not get job satisfaction there. After that, I worked in Bombay, Bridge Candy, then Gulf. Like that, I worked 10 years. Throughout my journey was Operation Theatre. I worked in all the department. I'm happy to say that I assisted Amitabh Bachchan during his surgery in St. Philomena's Hospital in 1981. After that, actually, in this journey, I met my husband. He was my patient, and we were in love. After 10 years, we got married. Like that, I happened to come to Madikeri 1991. After my daughter was born, till then I was in Bahrain. After coming here, from the childhood, I had any of hospitality I learned from during nursing, how to take care of others, how to talk to people and all those things. Then I was very much interested of cleaning. And when I was in school, I learned about how we have to keep our surroundings clean and all those things. So I was practicing that. After I came to Madikeri, looking at the garbage everywhere, I was just feeling very bad. I was just thinking that what I can do to the society. Always I think that society is giving us so much, what I can give back to the society. Always I try to do myself something to the society. Like that, little bit here and there I was doing my service. By then BJP people asked me, because of this reservation thing, why can't you contest for election? Like that, my journey started in the public field. Then I stood for election. I was a city municipal councillor in Madikeri 2000 to 2005. But I was that period only 5 years. But people all over Kodagu, they know me by my work. Maybe by face, they may not know me. By my work, they know me because I talk to the children in the school, Akashvani here and there. So many times it comes in a paper, something related to the service to the society. In this journey, I started giving information and educating the people about the bifurcation of garbage. Then Nirmala Yojana was implemented in Karnataka, all over India, but in Karnataka also. I was very much interested of cleaning up town, so I joined this one. I took over 1 year. I took self-help group people and went all around the Madikeri town. I gave the information to the people how to segregate the garbage and how to dispose it and all those things. Like that journey, meanwhile I was doing, when I was in 10th standard, I learned my tailoring. So I had a nice boutique. I can stitch anything, even bridal dress I can stitch. I used to stitch to the school children and all those things. Then I started tailoring shop also. Meanwhile, I was doing some eatable also. Something I want to do. I want to earn my money. I don't want to use somebody's money. Because of that only, I left my job also. So I was doing lot of eatables things. So in Kodagu, in wedding, they serve lot of eatables. 10-15 varieties of eatables are kept in the front of the desk. So I started to cook because I'm a good cook also. So in the meanwhile, what happened? People used to come to cook after this tsunami, and we had only 1 or 2 hotels in Madikeri, and only few people used to come for a honeymoon destination place and all those things. Then people used to look for a place to stay. I had a old house where I was running as a working women's hostel for a year. Due to some reason, I stopped it. Then what happened? One of my friend gave me the idea, why can't you start? Why can't you give your house for a homestay? Like that, 2003, I'm happy to say that I started a homestay. From 2003 till today, I'm doing this work.
How many rooms does it have? How many rooms does it have?
Now I have 5 rooms. I had an old house which had 5 rooms, but it is a typical old house, tiled house. And people came earlier, they used to love my place. They used to say it's like an old place, heritage type, and I used to cook and serve to them. I'm not for money. I actually practice homestay according to the rules and regulations. So homestay is home away from home. So I give them food, I make them to sit in my dining table, I chat with them, cultural exchange, ideas exchange, all these things I was doing with them. And meanwhile, I was a representative in the Awake organization in Bangalore. They called me in Bangalore, Awake, Women Entrepreneur.
I know. Yes, I know that. I'm aware of
So I was a district representative of Kodagu. And before that, we organized one function, Coor Coffee Festival, because I was a Chamber of Commerce Vice President then. Then my president and me joined together and we conducted one Coor Coffee Festival. Like that, some FKCCI people came to Madikeri. In that, Lakshmi Kamath, Abharan jeweler owner, she put me into Awake. Monty, you have a lot of capacity. Why can't you join and all this? She just dragged me to Awake and FKCCI, all those things. Like that, they called me 2007 to Hubli to give lecture about tourism. Then I was awarded there as a woman entrepreneur there. Then like that, I started my homestay. From then, I'm doing my homestay. Along with that, I do sustainable tourism. I go to school, I go to college, I go to wherever I get chance, ma'am. If there are 10 to 15 people, I speak about cleanliness, I speak about tourism, how we have to give back to the society. This is the journey what I have gone through.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's quite inspiring. It's really inspiring for you from where you started and what you have achieved in all these years and the areas which you have dabbled. That's interesting for me. Now, how tough was it as a lady in a relatively small town of Coorg, which is always known for a large planter population, right? I mean, Coorg is got so much amount of coffee, your pepper and other plantations. That's what Coorg is always famous for. For your voice to be heard, how tough was it?
Ma'am, in Coorg, like they are given lot of respect to ladies. And I'm married to a Coorg family. I'm not a Coorg.
Sure.
I'm a Christian. Yes. I'm married to a Coorg family. But here they treat women as equal.
Wow.
And it is not very difficult here in Coorg to do any kind of a job. They respect and people, they are brave as well as they are very sincere people here. So, and if you are doing any good work, they appreciate and they join with you. When I started alone, the journey was a bit tough. And after that, I used to get guests from the hotels. When they are full, they used to send customer to me. Then by word of mouth only people started coming. Then I promoted many homestays. I used to, when some people will ask me how to start and all those things, I used to bring them home, show how to keep the rooms, how to serve the people. Then I used to send some guests also to them initially to start the business. Like that, I helped many ladies also, especially in Coorg, ma'am, homestays run by 90% by ladies.
Okay.
And you talked about the coffee and all. Those days,
Yes.
2003, 2005 onwards, the coffee price suddenly came down. Suddenly went up also, 2003, 4
Yeah.
and all. Then after
Okay.
2-3 years, suddenly it came down also. So people were in a difficult conditions here. And what happened in Madikeri, it is a lot of rain here. And we in Madikeri town and all, after 7:38, you can't see any people. It was that kind of a town in Madikeri. Now, till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock also, people will move around because of the tourism. The business is grown up. Being a Chamber of Commerce town president as well as a district secretary, I was. So I had seen this growth past 20 years. So earlier, my husband also is a businessman. So he used to close the shop by 8:30. Now 9:30, 10 also, he will keep the shop open when there are tourists are more. Like that, people got help from the tourism because we used to have only depend on the plantation. Now all the estate, most of the estate owners has big bungalows, and some dynamic ladies started homestays in the estate also. So estate, the people like to go to estate and feel the weather and cherish the atmosphere of the place, and take this one from the estate ladies. They treat them very well. They cook and they serve food and other things.
Sure.
But people like to go to estate. Only thing is, a problem is estate, you don't get network. That is the only problem in estates. And some people who come from Bangalore, big cities, they like to switch off the phone and stay for 2 days and they enjoy it. Like that, ma'am, from 2005 onwards, the tourism boomed. Then till 2018, 17, 18. End of 17, 18, half of the year, till May, I was doing very well. After that, rain started, everything slowly, landslide, all those things happened. Since 3 years, people are struggling here. And in between this sudden the business boom, people, there is a bad face also is there, good face also is there. There are many people, touts, brokers and all those things. With a good business, there is a bad business also. So we have to face a lot of problem. Then we did this homestay association. One association is formed 2007. We interacted with the government to make the proper guidelines for the homestay. Then some people came from Delhi. They inspected our homestay and given us 3 category of the license: silver, gold, and platinum, something like that. Then like that it continued, and we always interacted with the government, and they made a policy. In Atithi scheme we were registered first. Then after 2-3 years, they said every year you have to pay 10,000, 15,000, 20,000.
So we'll come to the, I think, I know we were talking about the governance aspect of it.
Unregistered homestay.
Unregistered homestays.
What they used to happen earlier, people used to, one weekend, one Saturday, Sunday, along with that one holiday, people used to rush and come to Coorg. Yes. And there used to be lot of guests, and they used to sleep on the road. They used to stay in the car only. That much tourists used to come to Coorg. But after 2018, everything stopped because of the landslide. And more than the landslide, nothing happened much in the Coorg. In the outskirts of Coorg, only few things happened. But the publicity in the paper given false news, false messages, all those things. Our tourism sector only gone from 2018. Again, 2019, South Kurg, there was a landslide. And 2020, as you know, pandemic is covered all over.
All over. How do you think that the governance have been supportive of your cause? I mean, the local governance.
What happens in Kurg, people are very straightforward, and I told you they're sincere people.
Yes.
And when they find little bit problem, they run to the district administration. And we won't give our hand, take the beatings. Okay, then they will start putting us one by one rules, regulation, all those things. Earlier, I won't think anywhere there was an association was there was any kind of license to be taken, all those things. We went to them and they made lot of rules and regulation. And after that, what happened? Now everything is going on nicely. But the only thing in Kodagu, tourism developed only because of us, not because of the government, not because of the district administration. Once I spoke also about this when tourism day, DC did not like it. He asked me to stop. I said, no, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to tell you this is the truth. Tourism developed because of us, not because of the district administration, because nothing is done by district administration. Every year they sanction some kind of a money. What was Raja seat 20 years before, today also same. They fixed one musical fountain, that is also not working. Roads are very bad.
Do you believe that governance can be made more effective with the help of a women representative, especially given your background working with the local government? Do you feel it will be efficient and much more effective, basically?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is very effective if you can give the governance to the ladies. I am happy to say that we had continuous 3 DCs ladies only. When Sri Vidya was there during this landslide and all, she managed so beautifully. Now another lady is there, Anis Kanmani Joy. She was happened to be a nurse earlier. Now she is a DC. She just did her IAS and she has become a DC. And she is doing marvelous job in Kodagu. So even the SP was DC since 3 years. Now also one DC SP only is there, the lady only is there. Even CEO also was a lady. So it was going on nicely. And here, Homestay Association also, most of the people are ladies. So yeah, there are only few men are there. But otherwise 75% ladies only run the show, and they are there in the association also. Like that, the district administration is doing, as you know, government projects, unless you join with them, you can't run the show. Whatever, they just give you the project, this project, that project, everything will be in the paper only, unless you participate with the project. General public, I always tell everybody, if some work is going on in front of your house, if there is not proper, raise your voice. It is your money. You have to join with that. Like that, everybody has to, whatever project is government is giving, we have to participate with that. We have to join with that. We have to interact with that. Then only the success rate is faster. Now I can see within 4 or 5 years, it's going on very fast. From the grassroots people, government is working. I think you can see the buds are already ready. It start blooming maybe another 2-3 years, ma'am.
Very good. I mean, I'm sure that with your kind of involvement in the, district administration and with the associations, I'm sure Kodagu will see a very great improvement in, streamlining processes. I think it's very important for homestays to have a certain process in place and certain guidelines. And if you as the head of if you empower the other ladies to follow these principles and guidelines, I'm sure we could make Kodagu a sustainable place to be, because ultimately that's important for our environment. We need to make the location where we are sustainable. I think if each person does their best, you will be effective.
Actually, government has put a lot of guidelines, everything, everybody is following it up. But the thing is, lot of illegal activity. That is also is there 50% illegal activities there. There are many houses where they are not registered. There are touts, they take them on the way. If the customer is not transferred the money, they will not come and reach the place because they misguide in the middle, and there are a lot of touts. Only
Like
thing,
how,
that has to be controlled by the government, controlled by the department, not from us. They every time when we complain, they'll tell them, "You give us the name. Okay, who will tie the bell to the cat?" Like that. Everything they will ask us to do it. And everybody is our neighbor only. Everybody is our friends only. How can? But I am not. I am not in that kind of a person. If I have to do, I will do it. I don't care whatever anybody says anything. But many ladies have come forward, and I always talk about the sustainable tourism. If anything happens, everybody blame because of the homestays. When 2018 landslide happened, they said because of the disturbance in the illegal construction, because of the homestay, too many tourists, too many people are coming to cook. If too many people are coming to cook, I won't think earth will get more weight. Then if it is a metropolitan city, it has to fall first. So Madikeri, ma'am, Kodagu, in Madikeri, population is only 35 to 37,000 population. And we have an inflow of people, 2 to 3 lakhs people per month. Every weekend there will be 20, 30,000 more, 40, 50,000 more people will come. And like that, people will come and stay here and go back. And if there is any garbage, they blame homestays. If they now since 2 years there is no homestay is not running, no tourists, but garbage is everywhere. But I'm so proud to say that in Madikeri town you can't find garbage falling on the street because of, I can say it's because of my hard work also is there. When I started about the cleaning and bifurcation of garbage, those days only I was alone. Now there are many organizations came forward. There are many youngsters are there after the Swachh Bharat came. Many youngsters came forward, and like that there are 12 people joined, and we made Green City Forum. We cleaned the fort, entire fort premises we cleaned. And 1 year we went to Talakaveri. Since 3 years continuously we are going to Talakaveri. We take the children, not only we take school children to at least we have to give them a thought to clean up our nature.
Clean up the nature.
Yeah. And there are so many organizations came forward, like Kodagu for Tomorrow. And there are many organizations. Some youngsters are coming from Bangalore. From 2018, there's so many organizations come forward to clean up the city, clean up the tourist places, jogging, hiking, all those things are happening. And I'm so happy. I think I had sowed the seeds somewhere else, and I'm happy for that. I always talk about sustainable tourism. I used to, because I was a district secretary for Chamber of Commerce. Earlier that I was a town president. I called different walks of life people. Like one day I called only spices shop. One day I called only hotelers. I told them, see, you are having a good business. If you don't do the sustainable tourism, if you try to hike the price for the tourists, if you do there are so many loopholes. If you do all these things, tomorrow the guests won't come to Coorg. What will happen? I'm telling you, ma'am, 20 years before, maybe in the Madikeri town, there was 100 shops. Today there are 1,000 shops. That much. And I am telling you, I had a girl baby, first daughter. I could not find a ready-made frock, ready-made dress for my daughter. Now there are gift shops only 10-15.
I can imagine.
Spices shops, we used to get wholesale, we used to buy, and we grow spices. We don't have to buy. Now there are hundreds of spices shops are there. So I used to talk to them. Please have a sustainable tourism. Sustainable tourism, and try to keep your business for your children, not to keep for yourself. If you do like this, it will stop by 1 year. And future, if you want to continue your business for your children, for your family, then you have to do the sustainable tourism. So because I'm involved with the homestay, involved with the tourism, involved with the chamber, involved with so many other organizations, so I can reach the people in
Yes.
different walks of life, ma'am.
Sure,
But
sure.
nowadays there are many, because I am also getting old, and there are many ladies, many children, youngsters
Correct.
come forward. I'm happy to see them doing the work to the town.
How is the current situation of the travel and tourism? Has it affected? Definitely, I know as we spoke that COVID-19 has affected the business. And personally, how are you trying to overcome this?
Ma'am, we only given district administration stopped homestays and hotels, everything. Even though they opened, we did not open because
Okay.
we people are little conscious about the health and taking care of others. And you can see the rate of COVID patients are very low in Kodagu. Earlier in the June, end of June also, we had only 2-3 cases. And suddenly it started more and more because outside people are coming inside. But the pandemic is going very fast and is spreading so much. But we are taking care of ourselves, and tourists are slowly coming here now. And we take care of all the precaution, and we give them proper guidance, and we check their previous history. We ask them about they had any of the disease problem and all those things. And
Okay.
slowly is picking up, ma'am, but still it takes big like
Symptoms.
big resorts are open. They have full because they have a membership and other thing. Hotels also partly little bit guests are there. Homestays are here and there. There are guests are there, but as I told you, there are unregistered homestays only. More people are there. They are also running the thing. But we are very careful about to take the guest, and we want to take care of ourselves as well as sustain the business also. Maybe end of December it will come back maybe, and we are hoping for the best.
What would be your parting comments to the people of Kodagu and the people of for the tourism industry in general?
What I say that in between I forgot to tell you that Oyo business started in Cork.
Okay.
Oyo. The Oyo people cheated up people like anything, ma'am. Because of Oyo, we lost lot of business. And they used to take over. They used to have lot of agents. They used to go to houses. They used to have rented houses. They used to convince them, give the place for the Oyo, and we will take care. We will do everything, and all kind of nonsense they did, and they cheated many people. And they did not pay properly. They had taken over some hotel. Everything because of this pandemic, everything stopped. We wanted to stop them, and everything stopped. What I say, whoever is doing the business, whichever walks of life now, I don't say only the tourism, only any other business, whichever business you have to give 100% yourself, and sustainable should be must. Don't cheat people or don't be greedy. Then only your business. See, I started homestay 2003. 2003 to 2018, I was doing fine. Because of 2018 landslide, 2017-19 landslide. During those days, I could not go and work outside. By my place, my homestay, whole place is given to district administration. And all the official, everybody stayed with me. 2 months they stayed, 25 to 30 members used to stay with me. I gave them free. That much service I can do. So for everybody, I will tell, I just request them, government is giving you a lot of service. Nature is giving you a lot of benefits. Give back to the nature what you can do. And society, whatever you get, you got education, you got your parents' love, you got your teachers' love, you got so many good ethics, knowledge, whatever you earn from others, you give back to the society. I always do that. I taught my children also like that. And I'm happy to say my children also doing same thing. My younger daughter, she did All India Girls Contingent in NCC 2017 in Delhi, because I believe when we do good job, our children are blessed. And always I will tell everybody, any walks of life, do give 100% and give back to the society what you got it. In that little bit also give back to the society. Automatically our nation will change.
Sure. Thank you so much. I mean, in fact, this was so welcome and this was so inspiring to learn the, the steps taken by people like you to make Coorg a better place for tourists to visit and for the people living there. I think that's important. I mean, for your own benefit and for the people visiting, you've made Coorg a beautiful place so that, and I'm sure with these kind of parting comments and with these kind of sessions which we have had an interaction, most of the tourists will also follow these guidelines, and I hope they take nature seriously and respect nature.
How much we take care of our nation also, our town also, tourists also, they have to think about this.
Absolutely.
But we sell only nature, nothing else. We don't have big monuments. We don't have anything. Only nature we sell here. I want all the tourists who ever visit to Coorg, keep our nature clean and respect our nature, respect our weather, everything, instead of throwing garbage here and there. And then only everybody has to take care of their garbage. Everybody has to respect the nature. Then only we can survive, I feel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for spending time with us. And for all the people who are watching this and who would love to hear from Ms. Monty, please do like, share, and subscribe as always, and show us lots of love. So till the next time with yet another Superwoman, this is Ranjini Nambiar signing off.